Hello and welcome to Crypto News. Today is the 12th of July 2026 and the top crypto news is as follows. Moving on, we'll go to Optimism, which has closed a very nice partnership. Specifically, Viva Republica, the operator of a mobile money transfer app serving South Korea, appears to have signed a memorandum of understanding with the blockchain company Optimism to test a Korean stablecoin infrastructure based on OP for institutional payments. So there will be a 3-month proof of concept. Using Optimism's Opstack protocol and Sunnyside Privacy Boost protocol to develop a Korean stablecoin based on OP in order to evaluate whether these technologies can be applied to domestic blockchain-based payment infrastructure for financial institutions. And something I want to add is that if Optimism had its own privacy technology built in, there would be no need for this third company to enter the picture. Because especially when we're talking about payment infrastructure between entities using blockchain, since blockchain is fully transparent, you need a privacy technology, which is something incredibly important for attracting more companies to the space. From Optimism and its new partnership, we'll move to an oracle on Hedera that was exploited for $9 million. We're talking about Bonzo Lend, a protocol built on Hedera that lost $9 million. As mentioned, after an attacker manipulated the price of the SAUCE token used as collateral, allowing the account to borrow assets far beyond their actual value. The attacker deposited 250 SAUCE tokens worth only a few dollars, then submitted an action that inflated the price of that token by 12 orders of magnitude. They then took $6.63 million in USDC and 34.5 million HBR coins from that pool, effectively resulting in the $9 million problem, which, I'll have you know, represents 77% of the total value held within that protocol. As a result, the price has obviously dropped 31% on the 7-day chart following this news. Moving on from this latest crypto hack, we'll turn to the episode from the day before yesterday, where I told you that the Ethereum Foundation would begin using AI to check whether Ethereum's code is secure. And not even 2 days have passed, to be honest, and they've already found a bug. Let's start by saying that Ethereum runs on thousands of nodes or standard computers that run the network software. Each one holds a backup copy and passes messages to its neighbors. The validators, who are responsible for staking Ethereum and voting on which blocks are valid, sit on top of this layer and only operate when messages are fed to them. The flaw allowed a remote system to essentially send packets to these validators, where those packets contained an impossible computational operation that the computer would attempt to execute. As a result, as soon as the node encounters it, it gives up and crashes on its own. This causes an Ethereum validator to go offline, and to reconnect, a human has to manually go and restart the machine. So the problem is that if someone wanted to damage the Ethereum network, they could send such packets to all the validators. You can publicly see where they are, causing them to go offline, and a human would then have to go and restart them. This could have had a serious negative impact on the Ethereum network, but it appears to be a vulnerability that was found before it was exploited, which is the important detail. Now, since we're talking about AI systems, this is something we should keep in the back of our minds. AI systems are products, and a good product must deliver an answer to the customer. Because if it doesn't give an answer, the customer won't be satisfied. And this is very important because very often AI systems may not know something or may not have found a problem, and as a result they may fabricate issues or take a very minor problem and blow it out of proportion in order to deliver an answer to the consumer. So in this equation, the human factor must also come in to assess whether the bug found in Ethereum is genuinely significant or whether it's something the AI exaggerated to produce a result for the developers. Nevertheless, something does appear to have been found. Moving on to our other coins, will go to Berachain, which has a hard fork. Specifically, Berachain is preparing a hard fork that will replace its previous two-token model. The hard fork will eliminate the creation of the Bera governance token and will shift the network's incentive system to wrapped BI. After the upgrade, the network will steadily distribute WBRA instead of BGT as block rewards. The change replaces Berachain's previous two-token model, which separated network functions between the transferable Bera token and the non-transferable governance token BGT. And that's the latest upgrade for Berachain. We have nothing newer, good or bad. From Berachain and its token changes, we'll move to the second story of the day, which concerns gaming. And of course, it won't be positive. Yield Guild Games, a blockchain-based gaming organization, announced that it will shut down YGG Play, its publishing arm for casual crypto games, citing the market downturn and token declines alongside broader struggles in the gaming industry. And as we've said many times in recent months, gaming in the crypto market is not a very strong narrative right now. Moving to our typical market overview, Bitcoin is sitting at around $63,000 to $64,000. Meanwhile, on X, just yesterday, I told you that the President of the United States stated that Iran had asked America to continue talks, with him saying he agreed to do so. But early this morning, we learned that Iran's Revolutionary Guards are closing the Strait of Hormuz until further notice. Iran launched missiles at ships in the Strait of Hormuz, and this resulted in the United States armed forces responding with strikes against Iranian targets in the Strait of Hormuz. So you can guess which asset is going to be happy on Monday. Write it down in the comments below and let me see if you figured out which one I mean. So once again, the Strait of Hormuz is closed and negotiations appear to have completely stopped. That wraps up the top news for crypto. Today is the 12th of July 2026. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.